the Eels and the Northern Rivers Titans. Just setting up now for the kickoff. Parramatta kicking to the southern end of the ground. Titans set to receive. Eels just making sure all their players are set as he puts the ball upon the tee. Referee blows time on and we're underway. Takes the high ball. Great first up tackle by the Eels. Titans forwards converge. Looking for a simple set here to get out of trouble. Dummy half comes out. Pokes his head through the line there. Titans player finding his front for a quick play the ball. And Titans kick into the corner. Eels fullback with some work to do here. Surrenders just outside his own goal line. Aho there. Winging with a quick scoot, and Titans doing everything they can to drive him back into the in goal, but can't succeed. Looks like the Eels are going to rely on that scoot set. Early pressure here from the Titans as the Eels have trouble getting out of their own defensive half. Great tackle there early by the Titans, putting a lot of pressure on the defence. First of the Eels runs, it looks like it's bent the back there a little for the defenders. And they kick here. Titans fullback reads the kick well, takes it on the full and gains great field position. I'll start this set just shy of the halfway line. Neither side looking to do anything too flashy early. Just taking things one off the ruck and scoots. We're going to see who will be the first side to try and play their hand, whether the Titans might look for it here. The halfback calls the ball early. Settle it back to the middle here through their lock. Miles Martin. Another great kick, puts a lot of pressure on the Eels, and he'll be forced in goal. A goal line dropout. Great kicking there from the Titans again. Both sets completed with really solid kicks. Coach Sean Davison obviously has his Northern Rivers side very well drilled. It's a long track for a lot of these boys coming down from the Tweed and Moolumbar and areas like that. So you certainly want to make sure that you get the best value out of this trip, especially coming up against these fairly seasoned young sides from Parramatta Junior Rugby League. Again, they just look to bash it up. It looks like Johansson with the ball. Bryant distributing from hooker. Well, Locke's got through a lot of work early, Bailey Cox. He looks for the tip on there. Coming a lot here. Look, I think I'll go to the half here, that's all right. He takes it himself, takes on the line. Falling just short. Great running. Great take on the line there from Thomas Weaver. Oh, beautiful work out of dummy half from Oscar Bryant, and he gets across the stripe for the Titans to open the scoring. Just to the left of the post, and the kicker should have a relatively easy attempt at conversion here. Couldn't ask for a better start than that if you're the coach of this Northern Rivers Titans side. And it looks like it'll be that man that fell just short the tackle before. Thomas Weaver will take the conversion attempt. He's had 20 in from touch. He's taken it back about 15 metres. Strikes it nicely straight over the brown dot here at Macready Park at Guildford. as opposed to the regular black dot. Looks like they've painted in their hometown colours for the local side, the Guildford Owls, who are the regular tenants here at Macready Park. That means that the Eels will bring the ball back to halfway to deliver it down again for the Titans. And it looks like to be the centre, Hui Hahu, to kick this one back off again. He gets plenty of height on it, puts it up into the breeze. Yeah, unenviable task there of taking that one, but does well again, the 5'8" for Titans as they spread it wide again. So that means getting through a lot of work there, Lock. Bailey Cox. Oh, a bit of indecision there with where they're going to go in terms of taking that one. But already tackled 2 and they've brought it out to the 40. Parramatta really working hard into the breeze here. First time either side's really ventured out into those fringe channels as Rowan Mansfield takes it up, but he's lost the ball in the tackle, unfortunately, and Parramatta will get their first proper taste of football outside their own red zone. Of course, today's broadcast apparently brought to you by the major sponsor of the Andrew Johns and Laurie Daily Cups, SLE Worldwide Australia, and also the partner Anytime Fitness, or your fitness needs, Anytime Fitness, hundreds of locations around the country, and SLE Worldwide, a great partner as well here on Bar TV Sports, for bringing the Laurie Daily and Andrew Johns Cups fixtures all around the country, but here at Macready Park today at Guildford. The Parramatta Eels in possession as they go wide early. Looks like they've got some destructive runners out in the centres. And on the attack here, almost gets through that line there, but brought down by the hooker Oscar Bryant, the first try scorer. Questionable pass there from the 20, who's distributing first receiver at different points here for Parramatta. Good footwork from Parramatta's front rower. They're on the attack now, last tackle. They bring it to the right side. Kick in behind the line. The fullback's read that well. He's done very well both times. He's been put under pressure with kicks today. Titans looking to turn it up tempo here, going for the quick play the ball. The left winger takes some workload away from his forwards. Also they're going to work hard and try and work over this right edge of the Parramatta defence. Now I'll take it back to the middle. Through the workhorse Bailey Cox. It's about his 4th or 5th hit up already today. Been involved in plenty. Brings it to the halfway. They kick from inside their own half. A wobbling bomb. And the Parramatta winger. Just a little bit too much for him in the breeze there. And he's put it down to give the Northern Rivers Titans absolute prime territory here in this Andrew Johns Cup fixture. Country Rugby League under 16s. Representative development tournament. Interesting to see what the Northern Rivers side can do from the scrum here. Set deep and wide. Will be controlled by that man at first receiver, Thomas Weaver, as it looks like Riley Lack feeds the scrum. Distributed there. He's popped up an interesting ball. He's done the wraparound. They've got the overlap here if they can use it. Oh, he steps back inside. Makes the kick a little bit easier. For Weaver, I would assume would take it again, but that's another try to the Northern Rivers Titans, and they now lead 10 points to 0 with a kick to come. A bit more difficult conversion than the first attempt for Thomas Weaver. And he'll set this one up about 9.5 metres in from touch, and looks like he's going to take it a little bit further back than his last attempt, so he's looking to push this one up into the breeze, I would say, and as it blows downfield behind him, and hopefully utilise it to help steer the ball over the crossbar. I mentioned there's quite a strong breeze blowing downfield here at Macready Park, and some interesting conditions. 1 minute it'll be Bright blue skies, and like ready for fast track football. Next moment, rain looks like it's imminent any second, so could really play some havoc with these fixtures as they proceed. And never in doubt that kick. As soon as it left the tee, it was going over. Another conversion to Weaver. That's 2 from 2 for him. This Titans side really looking the goods early as they lead 12 points to 0 over the Parramatta Eels development side. Again, a big thank you to the sponsors and partners of today's broadcast and the competition, the Andrew Johns and Laurie Daily Cups, SLE Worldwide and Anytime Fitness, and of course Bar TV Sports, who are providing the streaming and coverage of these matches. Do a great job with sporting competitions all around the country and even overseas. As the Eels put another one up into the wind. Again, Riley lacked the man under that. All three of the kickoffs, he's taken them soundly. Parramatta drive backwards there. Bring it back to the middle through, looks like Hansen again. Another quick play. The ball. Parramatta are going to really have to work on slowing that ruck down, and Bryant makes him pay. He's been solid when he's come out of dummy half today. His service has been good early. Again, Hansen. Yeah, I don't know if that ball was actually meant for him, but the Parramatta Eels rushed up on him, tackle 4, and they're already across halfway to the Titans. Great to see the NRL clubs affiliating with a few more of these CRL regions. The logical one here, the Northern Rivers side, being so close to the Gold Coast as a few spits of rain begin to fall. And again, they're on the outside, and Thomas Weaver in support. Looks like he's going to stroll over pretty close to the post. A bit of a questionable attempt at a tackle there from the Parramatta prop, but he dots that one down and will give himself a very easy attempt at conversion to make it 18-0. And after not very long into this game at all, the Eels already feeling the pinch from these Northern Rivers boys. The Eels side a much bigger and more physical looking side, but they just haven't been able to turn that into results as of yet. And Weaver lines this one up. Approaches the ball, dresses up. Comes back. A couple of steps out to the side here. I'm back. Just have to poke this one over. Won't take much at all after seeing his last 2 conversion attempts. He's a very brave man to back against him here. Sure enough, it goes over straight as a die. 18-0. This Titan side looking very comfortable here. Interesting to see whether or not the Eels can turn this around. Plenty of time left in this fixture, but they're definitely going to have to be the next side to score, you would think. Pretty solid crowd here. We had some fixtures earlier on, and there'll also be fixtures to follow this Laurie Daily Cup game, which will come up next after the under-16s fixture here. Laurie Daily Cup, the under-18s country competition. Andrew Johns, the under-16s country competition. As the right centre brings us underway again. Again, he pokes that up. He's put this one a little bit shorter. A little bit more aggression there from the Parramatta defence, which is good to see. Bryant out again. Titans lock has got through a lot of work here today already. Only in the opening stages still of this fixture. 9 minutes gone by my calculations. Oh. Eels claim for the forward pass, and the referee and touch judge agree with them, so we've got that one back. As the rain continues to sprinkle on down here at Guildford. The thunder in the background, it spells some ominous warnings for us. Here's the scrum feed at 33 out from their own line. A bit of pressure applied there to their halves. A good field position here. The Eels, if they can use it. Really having trouble getting quick play the balls though, the Parramatta side. Another slow ruck here. Titans really working them over. Start to spread it wide, but getting almost back football. Some of these guys almost stationary as they take it into contact. So Miles Martin's looked the only likely suspect, really, as we see Johansson throw the boot away. The old tactic there. Little kick in behind. Again, Titans fullback more than up to covering that. As they now revert to the old get-out set as the right winger comes in for a run and makes a handy 9 or 10 metres. Oh, great offload there in the tackle. Failure to wrap the ball up could prove costly, but they quickly make up for the mistake, Parramatta. I think that might be our first penalty of the game. A bit over 10 minutes in. Parramatta trying some tactics to slow the ruck, and the referee didn't appreciate those. It's a good touch finder there. Picked up about 25 metres. And Titans will go on the attack here, and they've been pretty successful almost every time they've come down here so far, and they quickly make almost 20 metres off that tap. On the attack here, Brian will look to get out quickly, and he does. Doesn't have the upper body strength though to power them over, but he's done well at dummy half. He's quite quick around that ruck. They swing it right. Weaver, he used it early. Oh, straighten it back up. Go right here. They got the numbers if they can get on the outside. And has he got it down? I think he has. Toucher is happy. Referee's happy. He points to the spot. And the Titans go out to a 22-0 lead. As they start to run away a little bit with this one. Could end up with a little bit of a cricket score if this continues. Parramatta have had to do a lot of defending early, and that's going to take its toll as we get to the back end of this fixture. So this will be the toughest of Weaver's conversion attempts so far. He hasn't made a mistake yet. Just need to see if he can get this one. We're about 2 to 3 metres in from touch. Lining this one up. Pulls back again. Takes his couple of steps around to the left. One back. Steadies himself. The wind gusting a little bit here will make this one a little bit more difficult. He hits it. It's holding up in that wind. Touch, I just like it. It's over again. That's 4 from 4. He's putting on a goal-kicking display, young Thomas Weaver. He's going to have plenty of practice if the Titans can keep this up. As they lead here at Macready Park, Guildford, 24-0 over the Parramatta Eels. And again, the Parramatta Eels find themselves in a familiar position on the halfway line, ready to kick back to the Titans. We'll see if they use that same left side kick high in the air. They'll try to go a little bit deeper here. Another great catch. They haven't made much mistake with kicks in terms of reception, the Titans, that's for sure. And again, Brian out of dummy half. A little bit of confusion and miscommunication there, forcing Riley Lack to take that hit up. Now we resume normal transmissions as Johansson strides forward. Doesn't do anything too special, but he finds his front most of the time. There we go. That's a good physical tackle there from the halfback. He's starting to show his forwards how it's done. Ethan Sanders. Take on the blind side. The dummy. Lacks through. Oh, questionable pass, but he's popped it back inside to Jalen de Groot, who'll score under the post. That's a great try. Benefit of the doubt, obviously, on that pass, the attacking side. The referee was in the right spot, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt too. And the Gold Coast Titans just keep going from strength to strength. I do apologise, the Northern Rivers Titans. It's a very hard habit to get out of that one. They're wearing the Gold Coast strip and supported by the Gold Coast Titans. just as today's coverage is supported by SLE Australia and Anytime Fitness, and of course brought to you by Bar TV Sports, live streaming from a grey Macready Park here at Guildford, home of the Guildford Eels. And we see Thomas Weaver, the halfback and chief linchpin of this Northern Rivers Titans side, line up his 5th conversion attempt, and be very surprised to see him not make it 5 from 5 with this one. Titans coach Sean Davison will be very happy with his start. Going at nearly 2 points a minute so far, the young Titan side. Not delivering much ball to Parramatta, which will mean they got fuel in the tank late in this game. I'm sure Parramatta coach Michael Roberts will be certainly having something to say to these boys at half-time. As we see the Eels make the first of their interchanges. They bring on 2 forwards to rotate through the middle. See some wonderful work from Nathan Everly, I believe it is, in the interchange vest over there. And again, we see Takasima Huihahau line up to kick off. Again, they kick to the left, they kick high. It's not really holding up in the wind, but they've finally got reward for that. That's about their 6th one. So they'll be happy there, and it puts them in prime attacking position. Lack just caught on the back foot and didn't react to that one quickly enough and cleared the front man. As we see Kane Nicholas, the captain of Parramatta, storm that one up towards the try line. Oh, questionable there. The referee's had to think about it. He's going to say they haven't gained any advantage from potential obstruction there, so he's allowed play on. He's going to put the whistle to the mouth. He's in 2 minds. As we see the 20 Parramatta held up over the line, I believe it is, the 20. Which is Josh Al-Hazim. Referee instructs him to take it back 10 metres, and we'll have a play the ball. He certainly looked in 2 minds there with the potential obstruction, the referee, as he waves time back on. And resume. Eels backline set very deep here. Looks like we're going to come to the right. They go short through Destratus though, and he puts it down. Oh. Titans return the favour. They put it down again, so there may be an opportunity here for the Eels to capitalise. Again, a short ball. They seem to like that short ball play, Parramatta. He's come up a yard short of the line. He'll play the ball. Now they go out the back. And again, he's got forward pass there. He's called from Ethan Sanders. Been probably a couple more dubious than that today, but he's done a good job overall, young referee out here, so we'll let him have that one if it was. Parramatta just really trying to rely on that size factor with those short balls, whether they're straight off the ruck or one off the ruck. I think they're going to have to find another dimension to their play. They probably had an overlap out there, well, certainly the numbers to take on the Titans, but the Titans seem wise up to their short ball tactics and can match and read it. You see the Titans pack a scrum on their 10-metre line. I'll be surprised they don't go to their second row. They got set here to the left. Inside of halfback Thomas Weaver. He's got Lack feeding the scrum. Bryant delivers. Again, those Eels defenders really just getting hit on the back foot. Quick play the balls here, being crucial for the Titans side. These Northern Rivers boys look like they're very well drilled. As we see Bailey Cox take another hit up. He must be nearly into double figures for his hit ups already. That's the first one in a little while where they've managed to stop the attacker in their tracks, the Eels. Keeping a very simple game plan here. Looks like the blocker's going through, so we're going to have an early kick here. We see fullback de Groot put it in the air. Read very well by the Parramatta fullback Aho. And again, Parramatta get the ball in pretty decent position. It's just a matter of being able to do something with it. Again, they revert to the scoot set. Looks like they're getting ready for some more interchanges here. The Eels, as their 12, Patolo leaves the field. A bit more of this drizzle starts to come in. Just enough to be a nuisance, not enough to be anything much more than that, but it'll certainly start to make the pill a bit slippery out there. Meredith delivers it right. As Alazim pushes forward. Sanders kicks to the corner. De Groot misreads that one a little bit, but he doesn't touch it, so it'll still be tackle 6, and the referee reads it as that. Orders the handover. It's a good take by the Parramatta attacking player. Nice attacking kick. First opportunity they've really had to put one in where they've completed a set inside the attacking half. Titans just taking a second to control the tempo as Bryant delivers it. And they already find themselves almost out at the 20 on the first tackle. Better defensive effort there for a couple of Parramatta defenders getting into that tackle. As again we see Cox getting through plenty of work. Take it to the short side here, and Parramatta starting to show a little bit more aggression in defence. And might bundle them into touch. They sure have. It's the first short time we've seen some aggression and real numbers in the tackle from Parramatta, so hopefully for them it's not too little too late as they trail 30-0 with just under 9 minutes remaining in the first half here at Guildford. You see Diego Becerra just ask a couple of questions of the referee as they go into this scrum. Rapata feeds it. Sanders puts it on. Looks like Eddie Aho taking that one into contact. Those bright orange boots. Hard to miss those. Sanders wraps around the short side. It's a great run there from Orley. Take the short one again. I think they really need to use this Parramatta if they can take the opportunity. They don't seem to be threatening when they just take those short bash and barges up the middle. And here we go, out the back to Sanders. He swings it across. Huihahu with the step back inside, twice off the right. He's a hard man to bring down. 3 in the tackle. They do well not to take him above the horizontal there. And play it here. They swing it back the other side. Now they take the short one again. Again, very ineffective play so far for the Eels. I'll stand corrected if they manage to score from it. I expect this will go to Sanders and he'll kick crossfield. Good early pressure from Bryant. Gets enough on it. De Groot makes his first mistake there. Just couldn't quite regather that one right at his toes. The tall man is a long way down as the Titans players get around him and reassure him. And they'll be looking for a big, stiff defensive set here as Parramatta get some prime ball in the attacking zone here. Let's see one of the trainers attending to fullback Aho in back play. So he might take a little bit of a knock, so might have... No, trainer's giving him the all clear. He resumes his position out wide here, and it'll be Sanders to feed the scrum for the Eels. Rapata. On to Alazim. They set for that short play again. It'll be the bluff. Slow ruck not helping them. No, there it is again, that short play. They go to Patolo again. Got numbers on the left if they can use it, but they come to the right. Rapata with the dancing feet, can't quite reach out. He's going to play it here to Meredith. Goes to Sanders. They've got the numbers here. Titans rush to slide. Do great work in cover defence. Wally can't get on the outside of his man. They bring it back with the short ball. Looks like Nicholas there with taking that one, and he's ended up in touch somehow. I'm not quite sure what's happened there on the far side, but tried to take it on a little bit on the blind side, and it hasn't paid off. Some Titans defence there did very well, coming across in cover. Shut down what was a very threatening opportunity for the Eels to finally get on the scoreboard. And the Titans will take a lot of confidence from that. You are tuned in to Bar TV Sports. We are here for the Andrew Johns Cup fixture between the Parramatta Eels and the Northern Rivers Titans at Macready Park in Guildford. brought to you by SLE Australia and Anytime Fitness, two great partners of the Country Rugby League Development Program. It looks like it's gone backwards, and it will be play on. And there's the man of the moment, Mr. Thomas Weaver, as he picks up that one and takes it forward. Really struggling to slow the ruck down here, Parramatta. And Titans just getting a march on. Lack taken in probably a little bit, given a bit of extra attention by... Oh, so the clock might have been not correct there, because it's still showing 4 and a bit minutes to go, but the referee calls half-time, and that sees us head to half-time with a 30-0 lead to the Northern Rivers Titans over the Parramatta Eels. I mean, absolutely clinical in this first half of the Titans. They started to slow a little bit as Parramatta gained a bit of possession, but Parramatta couldn't get their scorekeepers to work by getting across the stripe, even with a couple of opportunities down in the attacking half. So we'll take a couple of minute break here as the players get some fluids in for half-time, and we'll resume for the second half shortly. We're back here for the second half at Macready Park in Guildford. We've got the Northern Rivers Titans from the far north coast region of New South Wales in the white and sky blue strip. And they're taking on the Parramatta Eels here in the Andrew Johns Cup. At half time, it's 30-0. The Titans runaway leaders from the first half, and looks like it's Michael Lack setting the ball up on the tee to get this one underway in the second half. There's some real standout performers, especially through the spine for the Titans side in the first half, and I imagine they would have had a very happy coach in their huddle at half time as the referee blows to get us underway. And they kick, it goes close to the sideline there. Parramatta did well to reel it in after an awkward bounce. But he's driven backwards for his efforts there, the Parramatta player. That looks like the headgear of Patolo surging forward as they go to the short side again. Patolo still sniffing about there, wanting some work. His front row had to push him out of the way. And there's a skipper, Kane Nicholas, as he stands over the player. Struggles to break free. There he is again, Patolo, getting through plenty of work. Not the biggest body forward, but doesn't mind being in there. So, kick there from Rapata. Bit of a slip from the Titans winger. Looks like Coleman on that side. Great scoot there as he picks up about 14 metres. Bryant into dummy half. Goes the blind side. Ryan Foran. Oh, that's a leg pull. That was pretty blatant. Didn't even try and disguise that one. It's a great run, and it's capitalised with the penalty for the Titans to put them in a prime field position to extend their 5-try lead. Here's the man with a solid boot. Thomas Weaver. And the Cudgeon Club kicks a touch. And again, it's that man Foran. The standout tape around the head. Now Cox takes it forward in his black and orange headgear. Plenty of boys putting their hand up to work for this Titan side. Great flat ball there from Weaver. Puts Foran across for another try for the Titans as they extend their lead, and that'd be the fat lady singing you'd hear. I don't think we'll see the Eels come back from this one, even with plenty of time up their sleeve. They extend their lead to 34-0, where the Thomas Weaver kick to come, and the way he's been striking them today, I'll be backing him in from a pretty straightforward position of about 16 metres in from touch on the western side of McCready Oval here at Guildford. Not the greatest body language here from the Eels players behind the try line. A lot of hands on hips. A lot of boys looking fatigued. They got through a lot of defensive work in that first half. The local fans would have been hoping they would have been coming out with a bit more energy in this second half. The opening minutes of it, though, have not bode well for them, and the Titans keep on going from strength to strength. And I wouldn't be surprised if they continued on this way and managed to bring up something in the realm of a half-ton as this second half proceeds. Here is Weaver again, lining up to continue his perfect record. He's 6-1. He's first at the southern end, and he makes no mistake. Northern Rivers Titans 36, Parramatta Eels 0 in this Andrew Johns Cup fixture. Brought to you by SLE Australia and Anytime Fitness, and of course the broadcast partner Bar TV Sports, providing all of the images for today's fixture and the live stream. Change of kicker as Orley brings us underway this time. That's a big one. That's a little bit too big too. It's only gone about a metre too big. It wasn't the wrong idea, but just the wrong execution, and that's just salt into the wound for a battling Parramatta Eels side as the Titans, boys from the Northern Rivers, are handed at possession on halfway with a penalty. Interesting to see whether they'll just cart this one up, and it looks like they will. Bryant with the ball in hand. Looks like he'll take the tap, and the usual suspect, Cox, trundles forward. He just has that, gives that impression he's the sort of bloke that if you ask him to run at a brick wall, he just asks you how hard. Cox getting through plenty of work in this fixture so far. That's a bit more of the aggression that the Parramatta Eels have been looking for as they get into the bench forward. And here goes Cox again with another hit up. His work rate's been absolutely phenomenal today. Brian out of dummy half. I think he'll go behind the lead runner here. Sure enough, he does. Lack. Out to Weaver, to De Groot. De Groot gets on the outside. He'll pin the ears. Not quite quick enough to avoid the cover tackle from the Eels, though. As they bring it back to the right through Weaver again. He hands that off to the interchange forward in 15. Who loses control of the ball. That was Damien Wilson from the Kyogle side. Kyogle Turkeys, if I'm not mistaken. So their senior club's called, I think. And Parramatta will now be working the ball out of their own half again. With 5 minutes go on in this second half. Northern Rivers Titans leading this Andrew Johns Cup fixture 36-0 over the Parramatta Eels side. Certainly be interesting to see if Parramatta can get a little bit more pride back in the jumper as we progress further into this second stanza. Go to the right-hand side, the short side of the field. More meaning to that run from one of the Eels forwards. I can't quite get a number. Now they bring it to the left for the play off the first receiver. Sanders gets this one. The missed ball. It's a great pass. Orley doing really well, makes some big meters. Great cover defence though coming across there. I think it was Reef Somerville. Sanders again. Distributes to the skipper. It's Nicholas. It's fifth tackle. Sanders calling for it in behind. He's going to use the hands. Oh, bounce pass. It might still pay off. They might be able to get on the scoreboard here, the Eels. Oh. No. Great cover defence there from the Titans. They've managed to hold him up in goal on the last. So that'll be a handover. 10 out. 10 in from touch. Titans will be having some pride in keeping that scoreboard to 0 at the moment. Through now 7 minutes of the second stanza as well as the entire first half as they lead 36-0 here in this Andrew Johns Cup Country Rugby League Development Representative fixture. Again, great to see some of the NRL clubs like the Titans and the Bulldogs getting involved where they haven't previously been involved in this competition, affiliating themselves with some of these sides. The Titans taking to their natural catchment there in the Northern Rivers and getting behind them and supporting them with some development. So we see Bryant onto Foran. Every time he's run that ball, he's sort of got across that advantage line quite well for him. He got a try for his efforts early in this second half. There's that workhorse Cox again, getting through another hit up. Well, the slowest play of the ball he's executed the day. He's been quite good at getting to his front. See Weaver kick. The kick was touched. There's Foran again getting through the work lead in the chase. He and Cox have been instrumental so far for the Titans. Good scoot there from Parramatta to see them on the second tackle on halfway. Scoot from the hooker we haven't seen too much of so far today, the Parramatta hooker Meredith. Oh, questionable pass there from the skipper. And the touch judge is right on the spot. Wants the referee know. And crucial turnover there. They're just starting to get a bit of a roll on the Eels. Titans now back in possession and we'll see Lack come across to feed this scrum for them. This game will be followed immediately by the Laurie Daily Cup fixture between the same two teams, the Northern Rivers Titans and the Parramatta Eels. A lot of travel involved in this competition for this Northern Rivers team, so he's starting to travel these long distances. They're certainly getting just reward for their efforts so far today. Leading 36-0. 9 minutes gone in this second half. As we see Keegan Pace take it up there. At 20 in from touch, almost at the halfway line. Damien Wilson takes another hit up. And those long white skins coming down to his knees. Again, starting to see some work from the bench forwards picking up the load. Byron Jones there. Distribute here, Lack. Off to Somerville. Struggles forward to the 30, almost to the 30-metre line. Great draw and pass from Johansson there. I'm sorry, that was Cullen. And it looks like they've barged over. We could have a player in a bit of trouble here. He's very gingerly getting up. Not quite sure of the try score. It might have been Weaver again getting across the stripe and extend their lead out to 40 now. 10 minutes gone in this second half. But it looks like Byron Jones down there taking his time to get back up. We hope everything is okay with him. He did great work there, hitting that ball off the offload from Cullen and then doing his work to help get what we believe is Weaver over to the left of the sticks, and Weaver will look to extend his personal points tally out to 22 for the day. Not a bad haul when you think there's still another just under 20 minutes to go. Being treated by the trainer, she's doing all the regular checks as Weaver takes his time, and they'll use this to suck it in a little bit and chew up a bit of the clock. As I said, just outside the left upright, he lines his kick up. And based on his kicking so far today, it's been radar-like, and you'd expect him to dab this one over pretty easily. A difficult job so far if you had to pick a man of the match from this Titans side. There's been a number of standouts. Cox and Foran both getting through a lot of work in the forwards. Both their props have been very good as well. Weaver been strong. De Groot barring one blemish where he couldn't quite pick up a grubber from his toes. He's been good as well. Certainly, future looks bright up in the Northern Rivers patch of New South Wales. Plenty of emerging talent here. As Weaver comes in. A little low drive, and sure enough, straight over the dot again. Extends the Titans' lead to 42-0 over the Parramatta Eels. Certainly an interesting point now if you're the Parramatta coach as to how you approach the remaining 18 minutes of this fixture. Certainly be looking to get some pride and hoping across the stripe, and I'm sure the Titans would be just as keen to ensure that their defensive try line is not breached. As we see Hayden Orley bring us back underway. And again, just a little bit too big. It was a little bit close to dead ball on this time, but that's twice. He's got a big boot on him, Orley. He's got the wind behind him as well, but yeah, costly mistakes when you're already down by 42 points. And the Titans again will get the ball in prime attacking position. Looks like the Titans have taken the opportunity to rest a couple of their key players. Looks like Bryant might have gone off and brought on the replacement hooker. As we see Cullen again with a barnstorming run. Now there's that man Johansson getting through some more work. And the replacement hooker is Jordan Gallagher from South Grafton in the red and white headgear. So they continue on their attacking way. They're making easy meters here, the Titans. Running in 2s and 3s. We see Damien Wilson, another run there, and he stopped just short of the line. They stand out long white skins of the giveaway. That's Wilson. Not the best pass there to Weaver, but again, he does what he can with it and brings it back in field to centre it up. Might see go the blind side here to Lack. Puts the kick in behind, well placed. All the work to do for the Eels player, and he can't do it, and they force the repeat set. Great kick there by Lack. And it's like Sanders with the ball for the line dropout, is it? Taken by De Groot. Hands it off to Johansson. And he'll play it about 12 in from touch. 25 out from the line. At the back to Lack. Miss pass across to Groot to Weaver. Straighten up. They run out of space there. And play it again about 18 out from the line. Now we've got the smallest bloke on the field taking hit-ups, the hooker, in his red and white headgear, the South Grafton colours, and unfortunately loses possession there, and probably why He would normally be doing the distributing and not taking the hit-ups in that sort of range, I would have thought. Young Gallagher, as I said, from the Rebels Club there in South Grafton. Parramatta again with the work to do, though. A few repeat sets here. They've given the Titans inside their defensive territory, and now they've got the work to do to get it out from their own defensive 10-metre line. So the young match officials here today so far have done a very good job. Having a nice open game, plenty of attacking football, and that's shown with plenty of points on offer from the Northern Rivers Titans outfit as the Eels continue to work the way out of their defensive half. Oh, just no runners there. Sanders the only one that showed any inkling of wanting the ball. Hang on, what do we got here? Oh, trainers starting to spend a lot of time out and back play. The referee's decided, and he's told them it's time to go and sit back on the bench. Let the boys play some football. Go out the back. Double knock on there as the Titans. Looks like Weaver couldn't quite pick up that one off his bootlaces after the Eels had dropped that one, and then we'll see a Titans scrum feed here. Centre field, about 35 out, and again, prime attacking position. The Eels side really haven't had much ball in an attacking spot as of yet, and certainly hope for our following fixture. This is the Andrew Johns Cup fixture. The fixture in the Laurie Daily Cup provides a bit more of a balanced contest as these two sides will clash in the under-18s fixture. As they go the slightly shorter of the two sides, and Rowan Mansfield looked like he'd done well there, but ends up getting forced into touch. He's picked up about 25 metres, but he also went about 45 metres sideways, which found himself almost across the fence here at Macready Oval at Guildford. And you start to see the fatigue starting to show on both sides here as some simple errors are starting to mount up, breaking up the continuity of the play. Again, today's match brought to you live as part of the Country Rugby League Andrew Johns Cup, streaming through Bar TV Sports, brought to us by SLE Australia and Anytime Fitness. And another mistake there, we're getting no real continuity at all. Neither side seem to be able to go more than one or two rucks. He tries to argue his case there, but I really don't think he's got much of one. It was pretty blatant that he's dropped that one, and the referee again right on the spot and hits the nail on the head. As we're a bit over halfway through this second half, and the Northern Rivers Titans in the white jerseys leading 42-0 over the Parramatta Eels. A real turn-up from the boys from the far northeastern corner of New South Wales. As Weaver gives it off to Foran. They continue to barge forward. That's Johansson. Big young boy at 16. Takes a lot to pull him down. As we see Gallagher off the lack, who's gone. That one's gone backwards for mine. The referee says it the same way. De Groot scoops up the crumbs. Gallagher again into acting half. To Lack. To Weaver. Miss ball across Foran. And it looks like that's the centre. Rowan Mansfield from Ballina. He's crossed the stripe. He'll extend it to 46 points to nil to the Northern Rivers Titans over the Parramatta Eels with a kick to come. Just over 11.5 minutes remaining here at Macready Park in Guildford. Almost a bit of a blustery and grey day. It's looked like rain at a few points, but we haven't had too much to speak of as of yet. And this Northern Rivers Titans outfit have taken full advantage of the dry conditions. Show no fear in using the ball wide, but play very smart and stuck to a pretty consistent game plan, and it's paying absolute dividends as they lead. As I said, 46-0 with a kick to come. And again, it'll be that man, Thomas Weaver, with the kick from out wide. Also about 8.5 metres in from touch. He's taken it about 21 back. And he'll be looking to continue his run. He's 7 from 7. He's got a double as well. A fair tally of points today, and he'll be looking to extend their lead out to 48 as they encroach on that magic half-century mark, which I'm sure they will have one eye on, but they'll probably also have one eye on keeping this Parramatta side to nil as he goes through his standard routine. A couple of steps round to the left, one back, composes himself, And come in, head over the ball, strikes it nicely. Touch judges like it. That's 8 from 8. Takes his personal tally on to 24 points for the day. He's responsible for half the team's points so far. And he's having an absolute field day here at Guildford. He'd be quite keen to come back here on a more regular basis if he can put in shows like this, I would have thought. And we now see the left centre of Parramatta line up for his third kickoff of the day, Orley. Hopefully this one falls a little bit shorter than the last two, which have both gone dead on the full. And he takes a yard back on that one. Uses the sandwich instead of the driver. I think that's Wilson with some good footwork to beat the first defender. Charges back to the 30-metre line, and again, see the Titans rolling forward. They're full of confidence here, and the Eels really starting to show some fatigue. Again, those forwards still continue to run in pairs. They've got through plenty of minutes, the Titans forwards, but they're getting plenty of reward for their work, so they continue to roll up the sleeves, and that's Johansson. He's been an absolute Goliath for them today. That's Reece Somerville from the Cudgeon Club. He's done well there as well. Crosses halfway. Early kick from Weaver. He looks to pin him in the corner. Oh, a questionable contest there. What about a couple of questionable contests? The referee's going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Hang on a second. He's going to go and have a quick chat to his touch judge here. The comms gear might not be working. So they're just having a quick chat, and I'll be reviewing those two contests, and I think we might have a penalty here. Yeah, exactly right. Both those contests, it looked like both players are taken without the ball. So he probably had his pick there, and again, Parramatta discipline, adding insult to injury here. As the Titans on the attack, 12 out from the line, looking to breach that half-century mark. They've got some numbers out here, and looks like they're set up wide. They can use the ball. Oh, the offload there looks like it went to ground. Yep, you received the tip there from the touch judge. Running a little bit too flashy and fancy now, Titans. They just need to stick to what they've been doing. It's been working for them for the best part of 52 minutes. And they're still going at about a point a minute. But now it comes time to turn attack to defence. And as I said, the Eels will be really hoping they can pull a rabbit out of the hat here and take the ball deep down into the attacking territory. Possibly get across the stripe and break their duck. There's those bright orange boots again. Oh, that's not the fullback over. Aho, sorry. Send it wide. Sanders gives it on. Orley. He's looked dangerous. He runs some good lines, but De Groot was more than a match for him. See the difference in the energy level of the Titans' attack. They're quite compressed, though, so there might be an opportunity here. The Eels can spread it. But again, they persist with that short tactic. That's a great shot in defence, and it's a one-on-one strip. He continues to trundle forward. I think that's Johansson again. I'm so big fan of the work that he's been doing today. And his front row partner there, which is Cullen. They've turned it over again. Less than 7 to go here. He was just looking a little bit flat. I think they thought when they came out here, being the bigger side, they might have just bullied this Titan side into submission, and it hasn't been the case. Titans having some real sting in defence there as Captain Kane Nicholas takes it forward. Oh, that was a questionable offload. Touch judge has called it again. The Eels starting to look like they're going to panic stations a little bit here, just struggling to get out of their own half and struggling to make any real impact. As the Titans continue time and time again to sting in defence. I'm starting to feel a bit like a broken record, but again, the Titans in prime position here, inside the attacking half. As Lack starts to do his best Harlem Globetrotter skills there, just flicking the ball between his legs and setting up as if he's doing a layup while he waits for the scrum to pack. Well, Lack feeds it to Groot. We're starting to see the wingers come in. That looks like Jake Coleman from Lismore Morris Brothers. He's come in from the wing. Okay, we see Nicholas Troy put onto his back. Come here, here's Cullen. He and Hansen have been running in pairs for most of this second half here, and again they do that. And Hansen sets up ready for his own run, but they go to the left through Weaver. Kickers on, chases onside. Oh, it'll be touched by Parramatta. It'll be 6 more tackles here. As the Titans are on the attack, only 1.5 metres out. See Gallagher at dummy half. Swings it to Weaver. He goes to Lack. Short ball to Groot. Parramatta read that one like an open book though. Gallagher again here. Comes to the blind side, out the back to Lack. Cut out ball. And that'll be the half century. Jake Coleman, he dots down. 1.5 metres in from touch. Very easy job. Just catch and put down there. Some great attacking work from the Titans as they went edge to edge. And they're rewarded again with some more points. They now lead 52 points to 0. And we'll have prime position up here in the, I was going to say commentary box, but on atop the scaffolding. To be right behind Weaver as he has an attempt from probably all of about 40 centimetres in from the western touchline here at the southern end of Macready Park at Guildford. He's 8 from 8 so far for today. He's going to be kicking this one into the wind. Now his work cut out for him, probably the most difficult conversion attempt of his day. In saying that, he's made all of them look quite easy so far, and none of them have really been in doubt, so see if he can continue that record. Been absolutely clinical in the 7 jersey today, Weaver. A couple of tries in support, as well as some great ball playing. He and his halves partner, Riley Lack, have both been quite strong. So that's been a great team effort from the Titans, as we see about 3.5 minutes or so on the clock here. As Weaver lines up. Takes his little half step back, forward he goes. It's online. But no, he pushes that one just across the face. And that's his first miss of the day. It'd be hard to pot him for that though. As the Northern Rivers Titans 52 lead the Parramatta Eels 0 with about 3 minutes to go here at Macready Park, Guildford in this Andrew Johns Cup fixture. Country Rugby League Development Representative Football brought to you by SLE Australia, Anytime Fitness, and of course a live stream provider Bar TV Sports, covering sport all across Australia and indeed the world. As the Northern Rivers Titans are on the attack again. And that looks like young Wilson again with those long skins. They just keep putting their hands up, the boys in the sky blue shorts and white jerseys, for more and more work, the forwards. They're loving that. As we see, looks like Oscar Bryant back out there into the dummy half role, which is interesting. Looks like Lack might have gone off, and we might have Gallagher moving into the halves maybe. You see Weaver with an early kick, and speaking of reshuffles, they're away. Gives the ball inside. Again, the cover defence. Oh, he's done well there. Might have been better in that situation for Orley just to back himself. He looked like he might have had the toe to make it, but instead he goes inside and couldn't pull it off. Again, great cover defence. Keeps the Parramatta Eels to 0. And the Titans again roll up their sleeves and start to trundle out as they approach the 30-metre line there. As Bryant gives it off to Johansson. He's got through a lot of work today. He's got a lot of work and a lot of minutes. Probably helps that they haven't had to do too much in the way of defending. Good little kick in behind by Weaver. A little bit of indecision between the fullback and the winger as to who wants to get that one. Did well Orley just to keep himself in the field of play. As we see Fekatoa scoot that one out and tackle 2. Bryant's tangled up. Tries to get free. Does so. Referee sees it as that and doesn't give a penalty. That's tackle 3 now, and they're still not across the 40-metre line after tackle 1 just short of the 30. There it is, the 40-metre line. They reach it now, the Parramatta Eels. They go at the back. Dummy. Comes to nothing, though. Here's Sanders, a little chip in behind. And Jake Coleman makes the right decision not to try and attack that ball. Lets it roll into touch, and we'll see a scrum here with a Northern Rivers Titans feed. about 34 metres out from their defensive try line, with less than 30 seconds by the time they come to the scrum. We may not even have time for it. We might get a couple of tackles in if we're lucky. Currently got the Northern Rivers Titans 52, leading the Parramatta Eels 0. As I said, less than 30 seconds remaining here in this Andrew Johns Cup fixture, streamed to you by Bar TV in partnership with SLE Australia. As we see Weaver put in an early kick here, knowing the clock's winding down. But Orley's good enough to get there. Can he turn it into something more? He bumps off the first tackler. This will be the last play of the match, if he can get his foot to ball. Parramatta just happy to take that one in. They're not going to try anything too fancy here. And that'll be full time. The Northern Rivers Titans run out comfortable winners, 52 points to 0 here in this Andrew Johns Cup fixture, Country Rugby League match over the Parramatta Eels. I'll be happy with that, the boys from the Northern Rivers. They'll certainly be going home happy, and they'll be looking to go 2 from 2 in the next fixture, the Laurie Daily Cup match, the under-18s between these two teams. We might take a little bit of a break after that runaway win by the Titans, and we'll rejoin you shortly for the Laurie Daily Cup under-18s fixture between the Parramatta Eels and the Northern Rivers Titans here at Macready Park, Guildford. Welcome back to Macready Park here at Guildford for the second fixture of today's coverage The Laurie Daily Cup Country Rugby League fixture between the Parramatta Eels in the blue and gold against the Northern Rivers Titans in the white jerseys and sky blue shorts. Parramatta Eels are set to bring us underway, just waiting for some match officials to come out. Match officials today, I'm told, are all from the Newcastle area. I believe we've got Brett Ibe and Nathan Everly, two of the officials, as they're just trying to sort out some technical issues on the sideline there. Had some issues in the early game with their communication equipment, so they're trying to get that resolved as we speak. A bit of running repairs. There it is there. In the preceding fixture in the Under-16s Andrew Johns Cup, it was the Northern Rivers Titans runaway winners, 52-0 over the Parramatta Eels. So we'll be hoping for a much more competitive fixture in this second match of the country matches from Macready Park here in Guildford. This competition brought to you by SLE Australia and Anytime Fitness, and of course our live stream provider Bar TV Sports, who do a great job covering any number of sports across Australia and even globally. Now we're starting to have some issues with the balls. Parramatta kicker not happy with that one, and it looks like, as I said, Parramatta setting that one up. It looks like Drew Lloyd will get us underway here. Referee just checking with the timekeepers that they're ready to go. They're happy. He blows time on, and we're underway here in this Laurie Daily Cup fixture as they kick close to the sideline. Oh dear, and that's going to be a penalty. That's a rookie error, that one. The Titans player couldn't quite reel it in and knocks it forward to his teammate, who reflex action grabs at it. Parramatta in a prime situation here. Looks like they're going to just take the tap. Joshua Hay takes it, offloads it. You can see the step in intensity from this under-18s fixture from the previous under-16s. As Louis takes it into contact. Titans strong with a number of players in the tackle. Very physical tone set here in the early contact. Tateo goes into contact. He's going to look for the quick play of the ball. He gets that. They spread it wide at the back. Not the best pass. Manakafoa gets the offload back inside. Didn't quite hit the target. Stewart straightens it up. And gives it to Rakatete. Again, Titans strong with numbers in the tackle. Lennon at dummy half. He gives it on to Lloyd. Louis again. Has he got there? Referee's happy. Points to the spot. And the Eels, in just over 60 seconds, have managed to get their first try of the day and the first try of this fixture. They lead 4-0 with a kick to come. You're going to do a very good job if you're going to stop Etuali Louis from that shorter range. He's a large boy. Absolutely barnstorming run. He hit that ball at pace and was unstoppable as he stretched out and placed that one down over the line. He'll be a danger in that red zone throughout this fixture. Parramatta line it up. 20 in from touch, just to the left of the post in the southeastern corner of Macready Park here at Guildford. A lot of time being taken up. He wasn't happy with the first tee brought out, I think, by the trainer. He sent him back to the bench. Very physical opening to this one. Looks like it might be Drew Lloyd lining up the kick for the Eels, hoping to extend their lead to 6 points in the opening moments of this first half of this Laurie Daily Cup fixture between the Parramatta Eels and the Northern Rivers Titans. He comes in, strikes it, just pokes it up, but pokes it across the face. Well, he hesitated a little bit through his kick straight there, but Parramatta score remains 4-0 to them. They lead over the Northern Rivers Titans. Would be a little bit disappointed with that one. We see Lachlan West of Casino tee this one up, and interesting to see he strikes it. Doesn't go for height, goes for length. Well placed kickoff. Ooh. Oh, dear me, Louis couldn't follow on from his try. He was too quick for the ball then. Leaves it behind, and now it's the Titans on the attack. As we see Tawalili storm forward. They take on the short side. That short ball is just a little bit too firm from Joshua Bowden, and it bounces off the chest of the front row forward and goes into touch. And Parramatta will find themselves in possession again, and Louis' simple error won't cost them too dearly, and she'll be very thankful for it. He wouldn't want to be returning the favour of a try after his own one so very quickly. Certainly some good physicality and attacking intent early in this Laurie Daily Cup fixture here at Macready Park at Guildford. Now the Eels bring it out of their own half. Again, the Titans strong with numbers in the tackle. The Eels on tackle 2. They'll play the ball 22 out from their own line. They continue to come the short side. Oh, broken tackle as he gives it on the outside. He's storming down the outside. Floats the ball back in, a cutout ball. Great cover tackle. And Kyle Leonard tries to take a little bit too much advantage of the referee's good nature there, and he calls him back. Got some numbers on the outside if they can use it. Parramatta. Titans scrambling across in defence. Tarteo. He's done well there. Looks like that's the second try by a front rower today in the early minutes of this fixture. And the Parramatta Eels lead 8 points to 0. The Titans cover defence just couldn't recover after that early break down this right-hand side by Manikafoa. Even once he floated that ball back in, and they had the advantage of Leonard being slowed down by the referee after he tried to take a couple extra metres after he was tackled. They just couldn't recover, and the Eels found another hole on the outside on that left edge to extend their lead. Looks like it'll be Lloyd again with the kick. About 6 in from the eastern touchline. 23 back as he mounts it up on the tee. Good opportunity again just to mention the great partners of Country Rugby League in bringing you this Laurie Daily Cup tournament and fixture. SLE Australia, and of course Anytime Fitness, and our live stream provider Bar TV Sports. All of today's pictures and sound brought to you by Bar TV Sports. As we see Drew Lloyd start to come in, strike this one. A very gentle backswing. Again, just across the face and a little bit short, and the score remains Parramatta Eels 8, Northern Rivers Titans 0, and looks like the Parramatta side might be flipping the script on the early fixture, the Under-16 Andrew Johns Cup fixture that was played here preceding this match. The Northern Rivers Titans ran out comfortable winners 52 points to 0. A great effort from the boys from the far northeastern corner of the state. And the 18s team will need to step up the tempo if they're going to replicate and make it 2 from 2. As we see our try scorer there, Tarteo, storming back and brings it across the 20. That looks like Mazzomo taking the second hit up. Titans doing quite well to slow down the ruck. And again, looks like Tarteo again getting through a mountain of work. He's got a try to his name already. Number of hit-ups and plenty of metres. The referee, he's called them early there for offside. Just shooting up and cramping in the Parramatta defence, and that will not help the Titans' cause as they trail here 8 points to 0. 8 minutes gone. As the Eels fine touch. About 24 out from the try line. Manikafoa taps it. Gives it off to Rocchetti. Well, no, it's not Rocchetti. He's taken himself, actually. He's dummied there. Now Rocchetti shapes at first receiver. Uses a bit of footwork, but Manukafar in a little bit of trouble there. He's down. He's out of play, though, so the referee will probably let this one go on as the trainer comes to attend to him. The Eels continue to swing it wide. Some dancing feet there from Grimer. Might be Greamer. Now the referee's called timeout on the trainer's instruction. Manukafar in a little bit of strife here. Hopefully nothing too serious. And once they finish with treatment, we'll have Grimer playing the ball for what will be tackle 2, about 3 metres out from the Titans line. It's taking their time here to treat in the trainers. Parramatta look to reset their shape and the Titans will look to make the most of this and get a breather. They haven't had much opportunity to really have a breather. They defended for the majority of the opening 8.5 minutes of this fixture. And it's starting to show a little bit in the body language, a lot of enthusiasm from the Parramatta players, and the Northern Rivers boys looking a little fatigued already, especially some of the bigger bodies you might see under the goalpost there. As I said, hopefully nothing too serious here for the Parramatta winger. Well, just testing out the range of motion in his leg, and he looks to be getting to his feet, which is a good sign. They don't seem to have an interchange player set up for him, so might be touch and go on what they're doing here. I think they're still testing him out to see whether or not he'll remain on the field. A little drink of water. Great to see Sione Manukafar back to his feet, and the trainer's indicating him over to this side, and he's put his hand in the air, so it looks like they will need a replacement player for him. It's disappointing. He's been quite electric in the early stage of this game. Made a good break that led to their second try as the referee blows time back on. And they give it on the outside to where Manukafar would have been. And Savanaya crosses out wide, and a little bit of push and shove, and Savanaya has taken some real offence to something's happened in there. He's not happy at all. It'll be interesting to see. I think it was just a shove. I don't think we had any punches thrown, but it'll certainly be interesting to see how the referees decide to deal with this one. Brief chat between referee and touch judge, and I think they're happy with it remaining as is. And Savanaya's try will extend the lead to 12 points to 0 as he dotted down just inside the corner post on the western side of Macready Park here. And as I said, the Parramatta Eels 12, Northern Rivers Titans 0 with a kick to come. And the Eels 5'8", looks like Drew Lloyd again with his third attempt. He will hope he's a little bit closer on with radar than he has been with his first 2 conversions. Certainly won't be an easy one into the breeze from this western side of the ground. Right in front of our commentary position. Certainly looked a class above so far, the Eels. Who would have folded anything? It would be this. Their goal kicking so far, it's been the only thing that's minimised the hemorrhaging of the scoreboard early with just over 10 minutes gone. They're already up 12-0. He strikes this one. This one looks a little bit better. Off the upright and back across, and that extends the lead to 14-0. He'll be happy to have broken his duck there. It wasn't the prettiest in the end, but certainly got the job done, and we have the Parramatta Eels 14, leading the Northern Rivers Titans 0. With about 10.5 minutes gone here in the first half of this Laurie Daily Cup Country Rugby League Development Representative fixture. And it looks like Lachlan West will bring us back underway. Doesn't try to overkick it. Finds the turf. And there's our first try scorer, and he opens up this time. He manages to hang on to the ball, Louis. He gets a good play of the ball. No, doesn't. Gets put back down to ground. I thought he was going to get a quick play of the ball there, but he earns a penalty instead. He's done quite well barring that one time where he dropped the ball. Referee just says to him he needs to pull back a step so he's not offside on this penalty take. Let's kick it into touch. I'll take the tap. Looks like Josh Hay will take the tap. about 46 out from the attacking line. As we see Mazomo cross the 40 there. Finds his front, gets a good play of the ball. They look for the tip onto Louis here. Oh, here we go. Here's the danger man, Louis. Yes, that was always going to be coming, that little tip on. As soon as he slowed up his body. Ball out the back of the 5'8", short ball. Rockete. That's a great job there, and that man was injured before Menakafo. Is that dummy half? Looks like he's been given the all clear. They spread it across. Tarteo. He's a tough man to bring down. He's gone across the stripe already once, and they give away another penalty here. Referee signals that's against Joshua Bowden. Parramatta will have a full set attacking the line here. Here's that man, Louis. Can they stop him? They can. A few in the tackle there, a couple of metres short of the try line. Bring it back to the right. And that's Tarteo looking to find his way through. Shrugs off one, but can't shrug off the second. The number's on the right this time. They use the ball on the outside. No, he's just going to step back inside. And he dots that one down there, Rockete. He's been a danger man. He's looked dangerous each time he's got it. He's drawn a couple of defenders, but that time they stand off him. And he makes them pay as they extend their lead, the Parramatta Eels, out to 18 points to 0 with a kick to come. Still plenty of time in this first half. They're going at more than a point a minute. This Parramatta side, it was a very similar tone, but the other way around in the first fixture. As we have Drew Lloyd lining up for his fourth conversion attempt of the day. He's 1 from 3 so far, and that one was probably as much good fortune as good management, as it came off the inside of the left-hand upright and dropped over. You'll be hoping for a much more textbook conversion on this one to extend that lead, hopefully to 20 points to 0, as we tick down to about 21 minutes remaining in this fixture. Comes back, composes himself, sets. Takes a step back, comes in, strikes it cleanly, straight over the dot. And that is the Parramatta Eels 20, Northern Rivers Titans 0. 14.5 minutes gone in this fixture so far, and the Titans have had very little possession, and when they have, they've tended to waste it a little bit, so they'll be looking to turn that around, but first they've got a defensive set to get through here as they look to set for the kickoff again, and it'll certainly be interesting. Again, Lachlan West with the ball and the tee in hand, and he'll be the one to bring this back into play. It'll be interesting to see. He's sort of undercooked most of the kicks so far. It looks fairly intentional. Goes a bit harder and flatter with this one, and he's beaten everyone. It skids on, and that's a great result for the Titans. That'll force the goal line drop out, which will see them in possession. Hopefully they can capitalise here on some attacking football and find their way onto the scoreboard, the boys from the Northern Rivers. Drop out looks like it'll be taken about the 30-metre line as it's handed off. And that's Jordan Tawalai. And a penalty straight away. Again, they just compose here. Just hands all over the ball there, the referee's saying. A number of them in the tackle. Silly penalty to give away, but shouldn't be too costly, as they'll just get an extra tackle up their sleeve, the Northern Rivers boys. That's the front rower. Robinson taking that one forward. He's not the biggest of front rowers in this age group, but he certainly wasn't easy to bring down. The lock steps across field, draws in a couple. That's Ethan Foster from the Lower Clarence Magpies. They've got numbers on the blind side here briefly. No, they've readjusted. Again, Robinson charges forward, draws in a couple of defenders. They set to the left here. They swing it wide. No, he dummies back inside. He's going to use his feet. That's Bowden again. Loose pass. Finds his way out to the winger. Looks like it's Lindley there on the right wing. I'll bring it back and centre it. Bowden again with the kick. Finds him behind the bounce. Sits up nicely for the Parramatta winger. So the winger and centre might swap position here on the right edge for Parramatta. And Parramatta now will be looking to get this one out of their danger area. Some good early meters in this set from Menikafoa. Looking to work over the Tweed ruck area. Sorry, the Northern Rivers ruck area. So they go either side of the ruck, back and forward, but he's lost that one as he stood up to play it. Joshua Hay. And the Titans again, some prime field position here. But, yeah, they're yet to trouble the scorers. Can this set be the one where they change that stat? About halfway through this first half, and Parramatta Eels comfortable leaders in this Laurie Daily Cup fixture, 20 points to nil so far. Again, today's match brought to you by Bar TV Sports and in partnership with the CRL supporters and sponsors, SLA Australia and Anytime Fitness, two great supporters of the country footy. Titans now on the attack, or a little juggle there as they take it into contact, but again, the Titans, they just can't hang on to this pill. They're trying to do something special that just wasn't on there, and they turn it over again. It's starting to get a little bit scrappy here as players show a little bit of fatigue. And the Eels with the put in through Drew Lloyd. Yeah, Parramatta player definitely earned the quick play of the ball there, and Robinson denies him of that. Oh, no. No, the referee sent it the other way. He said he hasn't got to his feet properly, and he's tried to take the quick play of the ball that he hadn't earned the right to. So, again, the Titans in prime position. See if we can get him to complete a couple of tackles here, and they might be on the attack. As they lock forward, Ethan Foster takes it forward. Foster. Robinson again, he likes to roll his sleeves up, doesn't mind getting through some work, the 8. Stands out with that Teggy there. He's from the Tweed Heads Club. They go to the blind side. He holds it up, and then a short ball from the 5'8 Bowden. So that was Parker Bryan he's given it to. He looms large on that right edge. There's Robinson getting through some work again. The outside back's on this left edge are screaming for it now, so let's see if it comes out the back. No, they take a quick scoot. Oh, it's the last tackle. Let's see which option they go for here. They go to the blind side. It's the last tackle. He's got away a miracle ball there. And he's somehow reached out, has he? No. He's lost control as he's reached out to put that one down. That looks like Oliver Lindley out in the right wing. And the score will remain 20 points to nil. As we tick up towards 20 minutes gone in this Laurie Daily Cup Country Rugby League development fixture. That was the last tackle, so we'll just have a handover on the 10-metre line, 10 metres in from touch. Parramatta now have to work to get this out, and been pinned down here for a little bit, but the Titans haven't been able to do anything with the ball. That's a great first tackle option as they barge it up to the 20-metre line. It's tackle 2 there for the Eels as they now start to trundle their forwards up. It's like the big body of Louis standing first off the ruck. Might go through here. No, scoot out of dummy half by Kyle Leonard as they cross the halfway line. Tip on as the forward start to go too wide. That was Cioli with the tip on. Gave it off to Beetham Misa. Lloyd had all day. A great take there. Great take by Lachlan West. Never in doubt. That's Jarvis Kendall from the Toogan Club. As the Eels try to drag him back in the red, white and blue headgear. Jarvis. Referee communicating well with a couple of early players there in the defensive line. Titans really struggling to get a roll on here. They can't get a quick play of the ball. The bigger bodies of the Eels just taking their toll on them. Nice little run there by Vickery. Oh, that was the second effort there from the Parramatta player. That was just silly. Kyle Leonard giving away the penalty there right on halfway. Titans really need to start capitalising on some of this possession and territory they're starting to gain in the back end of this first half. He's still yet to trouble the scorers. The Northern Rivers Titans. Going to be Harrison Bell taking the tap and charging forward. Only makes a few metres in the end. Whitlam Rose out of dummy half. They give it off wide. And a questionable tackling technique there from Savanaya. Great scoot out to engage the markers as they start to go wide here. Lollahea there. Tackled about 7 out. Missed ball. If you can get the offload. Well, that looks like it was knocked down by Parramatta. That might be 6 more tackles. No. Touch judge Nathan Everly's called that the Titans have lost that one. Referee goes with him. We want either way that one. Interesting call. He was in a better position than I was though, so we'll give the match officials the benefit of the doubt. They've been very good so far across almost 1.5 fixtures here in these Country Rugby League rep fixtures today. If you've just tuned in, we are here at Macready Parker Guildford. This is the Laurie Daily Cup fixture, the under-18s, between the Parramatta Eels and the Northern Rivers Titans. The Titans in the white jerseys, and the Titans trailed to the Eels. The Eels 20-0 leaders at this stage as we get into the last 12 minutes of the first half here. The Eels trying to trundle it out of their own half. Oh, the hit and spin there by the Parramatta attacker. Trundling forward here as they approach their own defensive 40-metre line, the Eels. That's one of the earlier try scorers, Tateo. He's been a handful all of this first half so far. As Drew Lloyd kicks it and it doesn't quite find touch. He's almost in touch when he picked that one up, but not quite. The fullback there, Lachlan West from the Northern Rivers side. Comes out of the Casino Club. Parramatta tending to win the ruck most occasions here, unfortunately. And that's Thomas Vickery with the ball. He'll play it there just short of the 30. Finally starting to get a bit of a roll on here. There's Lollahea. Charges forward, trying to get the play of the ball just short of the 40. Parker Bryant tackled there for the 5th tackle. Still inside their own half. Trying to just get a bit of space to play it. They send it back here. Made the tackle easily. The referee's called out 4. He's called him to give him 10 metres and is determined he hasn't. So Parramatta will get the penalty for offside there on the kick chase. A pretty crucial mistake there by Harrison Bell. And it looks like Greener will be the kick for touch here for Parramatta. And probably give them possession inside the attacking half as we get inside the last 10 minutes of the first half here of the Laurie Daily Cup fixture. And sure enough, they'll have it on the attacking 40-metre line. And it'll be Sione Manikafoa with the tap. Textbook tackle there. Titans really needing to stiffen up in defence here. As Sioli storms forward and takes him inside the attacking 20. Hands on the outside, Greener. No, he dummies. Goes himself. On the attacking 10 now. Step back to the right. And that's Webb Leafy. He takes it in. The defence now set on their own goal line. Webb Leafy just fails to get to his own feet there. He tries to milk the penalty, but the referee's having none of it. Little stab behind, a regather after a deflection. And that's going to be Rakoeti with his 2nd try of the day. And that'll extend the Parramatta Eels lead out to 24 points to nil with a kick to come. That kick will come just inside the right-hand upright, and you'd expect that the Drew Lloyd will make no mistake of this one and will take his kicking stats from the day to 3 from 5 and extend the Parramatta Eels lead most likely to 22. About 8 minutes remaining here, and unfortunately the Titans just haven't been able to capitalise. They've had a good run of possession and territory in the last few minutes before that penalty on the kick chase, and their coach, Justin Shield, will certainly be having some words at half-time. A few key brain fades have cost them, the Titans. They could have been in this game. There's not that much separating the two sides. Certainly not 5 tries for mine, but it certainly appears the case at the moment. And sure enough, Drew Lloyd makes no mistake with that one. And Parramatta Eels take their lead out to 26 points. Northern Rivers Titans yet to score, with 7 minutes remaining in the first half here of this Laurie Daily Cup fixture at Macready Park in Guildford. Again, today's match brought to you by the Country Rugby League's partners, SLE Australia and Anytime Fitness, as well as today's live stream provider, Bar TV Sports. As Lachlan West gets us back underway again, and Parramatta look to bring it out of their own half with Cioli. Oh, they've called the forward pass here. The offload off the initial catch. And here we go, the Northern Rivers Titans will have the perfect opportunity to go on the attack 10 metres out from the try line. And they're not going to get a better opportunity than this one to try and break their scoring drought so far in this match. As we wind down to 6 minutes left in this first half, Parramatta Eels leading 26 points to 0. No surprise there, the front row standing wide off the scrum. Takes that one in. They swing it back to the right. Through Lolohea. He's shown to be a bit of a handful. They need to get numbers in the tackle on him, and they've done that, Parramatta. Whitlam Rose at dummy half. He takes it back to the right. They spread it wide. And it looks like he's been bundled into touch there, Lindley. He's had a couple of opportunities close to the line, but couldn't quite get either of them down. And unfortunately, again, early in the tackle count, the Titans turn the ball over, and the Eels will find themselves in possession, 10 out from their own line with a scrum feed. I think Coach Justin Stewart's going to have a few things to say about their commitment to adventurous play. Might be one way of putting it, the Titans, on the early tackles when they got the ball down there inside that red zone. Yeah, well, they need to just settle things a little bit first and save the razzle-dazzle for a little bit later in the tackle count. Toll of this amount of defence is certainly going to tell on the Titans, I think, as we approach the back end of the second half, and they're going to have their work cut out for them to reel in this 26-point lead that Parramatta have established so far as the Eels continue to trundle the ball forward just across their own 20-metre line here. And it looks like Mitchell Webb-Leafy in those lime green boots. They certainly stand out. And there's Cioli storming forward. 3 Titans in the tackle again. Harrison, he's been the main man for them so far, the Titans. Got through a lot of work. Drew Lloyd tries to barge his way through, but he's only slight of frame and can't break through the tackle of the Titans there. Greamer kicks through, and that's probably the first mistake we've seen from young Lachlan West at the back today. He's been impressive for the Northern Rivers Titans, a young fellow from Casino. But unfortunately doesn't come up with the right result there, and will gift Parramatta some attacking ball, 22 out from their try line. And they'll certainly be looking for a big defensive set here, the Titans, but some body language from some of the bigger bodies as they approach this scrum. Certainly not positive. They look like they're starting to really tire. And the Eels will be looking to build on their 26-point lead here with just over 3.5 minutes remaining in this first half at Macready Park, Guildford. As the Eels go to their fullback, Stewart straight away. He's been impressive and there's been a bit of a handful to tackle. It looks like he might have... Oh, he juggled that one there. Might have gotten away with one. Let's tackle 2 for the Eels, just inside the 20 now. There's that man Scioli again. A good rotation of big forwards, the Eels, and they're certainly proving difficult to rein in and needing a few bodies in the defensive tackles. They go out the back there. Manikafawa, just short of the line. No. Touch Nathan Neville. He says he's got it down. Referee awards it. And that extends the Parramatta Eels lead out to 30 points. With a kick to come, they lead the Northern Rivers Titans 30-0 here at Macready Park at Guildford in this Laurie Daily Cup fixture. It's mostly been one-way traffic here. The Titans have had a couple of opportunities, but they couldn't capitalise on them. They've turned it over a number of times early in the set, and yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to be one of their players in the halftime huddle. I think they'll be getting a fairly firm dressing down from their coach, whereas the Eels coach, Imad Alamadine, will probably be pretty positive on what they've done. They've made a few mistakes. There's still some room for improvement as they proceed further into this competition, but this first half, with a 30-point lead and a kick to come with 2 minutes remaining, certainly been a solid one, and they've taken their opportunities when they've come, especially out on these edges. They've been quite strong on this right edge, and their forwards have got through a lot of work, and their second phase play has been quite strong. But again, we have Drew Lloyd lining up. This will be his 6th conversion attempt of the day. His first 2 weren't the best, but he's come back from there, including one off the post, which got him underway. And he'll be looking at making it 4 from 6 here and increasing that strike rate. But he pushes it to the right as the wind just picks up as he kicks it. And the touch judges wave it away. So the score remains 30 points to 0. Just under 90 seconds remaining in this first half. The Parramatta Eels lead the Northern Rivers Titans at Macready Park and Guildford in this Laurie Daily Cup Country Rugby League representative fixture. It's going to be a big turnaround if the Titans are to get back into this one, that's for sure. And the enthusiasm levels to get back for this kickoff don't look strong. We'll potentially have one set remaining. They may not get their hands on the ball as West brings us back underway with a kick down into the northeastern corner. And Casey Scioli comes storming off the back fence. Meets contact with Harrison there and gets a quick play of the ball. They continue on their attacking way. It's a better tackle from the Titans defence. So they put the player on his back and slow that ruck down. But the Eels forwards are just lining up for this work. And we've got a penalty here. Shoulder charge. Looks like the man guilty of that was Carl Lollahea. A little bit of intent. And he's found the ball in behind, but it hasn't quite found touch. And 20 seconds on the clock, Lachlan West returns it. Looks like Thomas Vickery with the ball now. The clock ticks down into the single digits. It's probably the last play. They're not trying anything too flash here. The Titans, it's the first time they've really just tucked it under the arm and played smart. And so as the clock runs out and they're in their own half, a little bit of push to finish it. A little bit of frustration from the Titans there, Harrison Bell. I know they've got a penalty for a hold down, so we'll have one more play. Heard the hooter and the whistle. I thought we were done, but we'll have one more play here. And so they'll kick for touch through the boot of Lachlan West. Let's see how adventurous he is here. Fairly aggressive. And he hasn't found touch. But the winger for Parramatta will just stride that ball over the line. Pasatoa. And that'll be all she wrote for the first half here at Macready Park, Guildford, in this Laurie Daily Cup Under-18s fixture. We have the Parramatta Eels comfortable lead of 30 points over Northern Rivers Titans. We'll take a little bit of a break here on Bar TV Sports for this Country Rugby League fixture brought to you by SLE Australia and Anytime Fitness, and we'll come back to you with the second half of this match. Again, Parramatta Eels 30, leading Northern Rivers Titans 0 at half-time of this Laurie Daily Cup fixture. Welcome back to Macready Park here at Guildford as the players take the field for the second half of this Laurie Daily Cup Country Rugby League fixture. The under-18s match between the Parramatta Eels in their traditional blue and gold jerseys and the white shorts, and the Northern Rivers Titans in the sky blue shorts and the white jerseys. Again, great to see some of the NRL clubs getting behind some of these Country Rugby League regions, with obviously the Gold Coast Titans getting in behind the Northern Rivers region, forming now part of their catchment, which is good to see. And it'll be the Titans that get us underway with the kickoff in this second half of the fixture as the Eels lead this one 30 points to 0. Referee blows time on and we're underway. It's a wobbly kickoff. And it'll be taken by 5'8" for Parramatta. And you take that one into contact on the 20-metre line for the first tackle. Good tackle by Lolohea there. Quick metres for Parramatta early in this set. They cross the 40 and keep storming on towards the 50. The Eels are absolutely on the march here. They go to the right edge again. It's paid a lot of dividends for them down that right-hand attacking side. Looks like it might be Savinia that's taken that one into contact. Now it's Webb Leafy. The referee signals that's the fifth and final. About 35 out. We'll go back to Grima. He goes high on the left-hand side. Plenty of time. Oh, he's made a mess of that, but both sides have. And that'll be a double knock-on. First one against the Northern Rivers Titans. That one just drifted in the wind a bit, made it very difficult for Lindley of the Titans side. And now Parramatta will have some handy attacking ball. The scrum 10 out from their attacking try line, and they'll be looking to extend their current 30-point lead in the opening minutes of this second half of the Laurie Daily Cup fixture. Again, today's fixture thanks to SLE Australia and Anytime Fitness, and of course provided the footage and sounds by Bar TV Sports as they go wide early. Parramatta fullback Stewart brought down by the Titans defence. Short ball to Webb Leafy. He's driven backwards. And a great tackle by the Titans. Taking back outside the 10-metre line. And now look to go a little bit wide to the left. Cioli. He straightens it up at the post. He's hard to stop, especially from short range. They swing it further to the left. Grima. They still want it to the left here. No, they take it back to the right. Big cutout ball. There's one of the danger men for them. And he goes over. I think that might be his third try. Riachetti. Desmond Riachetti. He's been almost impossible to stop when he gets a little bit of space and a jagged defensive line. And that extends the Parramatta Eels lead out to 34 points to 0 with a kick to come. Northern Rivers Titans still searching for answers to the Parramatta attack when it comes to that red zone. Again, it'll be their 5'8", Drew Lloyd with the conversion attempt. 10 metres in from the eastern touchline here at Macready Park in Guildford, where we're now starting to finally get some glimpses of blue sky after what's been a fairly long and grey day. There's not too many of them, but enough to certainly get a little bit of hope up. It's been dry enough. We've only had a couple of moments of drizzle, which has been positive. Certainly when our commentary and filming vantage point is exposed to the elements a little bit here at Guildford. So fairly thankful the rain's held off thus far, that is for sure. As Lloyd sets, ready to kick off. Ready to kick, sorry, for conversion. He comes in, strikes it. Doesn't have much of a backswing, but does the job there. The touch judges like it. The referee awards it. And that extends Parramatta's lead out to 36 points. As they lead 36 points to 0 over the Northern Rivers Titans. And unfortunately for the Northern Rivers Titans, they approach a very familiar position here as they stride back to halfway with the ball and tee in hand. And their fullback Lachlan West will set this one up to kick it off and give possession back to Parramatta. Hopefully they'll be able to take the opportunity to pin them down in their defensive half. That's like Grima taking that one. Oh. Harrison comes in at a rate of knots. And Cioli looks like he might have hurt his knee there. A strong hit from Liam Robertson. Yeah, number 8 for the Northern Rivers Titans side. He came flying in from the left edge and made no mistake and bounced back off. But, yeah, takes a fair bit to chop down Cioli, and he doesn't look like he's getting back up anytime soon. Fortunately, they have a bigger, stronger replacement almost on the bench who we saw in the first half. Etuali Louis. He got across for the first try, and he's probably another 3 or 4 inches taller than Cioli, and a few more kilos of muscle on his frame. So some real big boppers in this Eels lineup, that is for sure. So there'll be no respite for the Titan side should Cioli need to leave the field. Trainer's just giving him the once over and making sure everything as it should be. As the Titans make an early interchange in this second half. Looks like Caleb Kinner going off, and not quite sure who the replacement player is that's come on. See if we can get a number. And here's Cioli. Comes off this far side, which we'll see Louis come on the other side. Looks like that replacement was Hicks coming on for the Titans. And the Eels look to play the ball once Louis gets set here. And that they do. The referee blows time on again. They continue to trundle forward. As Mazzomo bounces off, the first contact there. Parker Bryant really rolling up the sleeves in defence in tandem with Liam Robinson. Starting a bit more aggression there. Olahia also doing quite well. Olahia again involved in that one, and again there's that man Robinson. As Webb Leafy takes his second hit up at the set, looks to get the arm free but can't quite. And again, Robinson in that one, sorry. Grima kicks down into the corner. It's taken on the full for the Titans. That's Lachlan West with the ball. Tackle 2 there. 32 out. Towley trundles that one up. Now here's Lolohea. He shows sting in defence and he gets him across the halfway line in attack. Tries to get the quick play of the ball. He can't quite as he gets tangled up. Great scoot there. And an offload by Whitlam Rose. And that's Bowden that is tackled by the Eels players just over the 40. Take it back and it's West that kicks. It's gone backwards. Parramatta fullback protested he wasn't in possession, but geez, it was close. And we've got the Eels now trying to attack outside of their own 20. It was a fair contest. Robinson again coming in on that fullback. Bit of push and shove. The referee just takes control of it, tells them to cool their jets and go back and play it. There we go. Back underway. That was Leonard trying to scoot through the middle. He couldn't quite. No markers at home, and Stewart takes off, but quickly shut down. And they come down this left edge again. Oh. He's called out by the referee, but he just gave himself up. West is the last line of defence. In partnership with Bowden, managed to bring them down, and that's the 5th tackle. They've got numbers on this left edge. Grima steps back inside, pops the ball, but it's a bounce pass. They try to swing to the right. Lolohea well offside, and the referee's called that as a professional foul and sent him to the sin bin. So the problem's compounding here for the Northern Rivers Titans. They'll now play a man down for the next 10 minutes, and Parramatta will have a fresh set of tackles to attack from 10 metres out right under the sticks. That's going to make it, one would say, impossible for them to come back with just under 26 minutes remaining here. As Webb Leafy does his best to try and breach the defence but can't quite get through. They're screaming for the ball on the right-hand edge, but the bounce pass wasn't ideal. Lloyd has to step back inside. He's driven to the turf by Parker Bryant. Louis, he wants the ball. He's hard to stop from there, but they've managed to drive him backwards. He'll play it here for tackle 3. About 2 metres out from the line. They swing it to the right. Drew Lloyd with a short ball. The offload. That's Stewart now. Again, just short. Going to be tackle 4. They're set here to the left. Louis, the danger man. Are they going to go out the back? Greamer. Gives it to the lock. That's Beetham Mesa. 5th tackle here. Greamer's shaping. He wants it on the short side. Louis goes through the decoy. Greamer gives the short ball, and Joshua Hay strolls in all but untouched, and that'll extend the Parramatta Eels lead out to 40 points to 0, with a kick to come from about 6 in from touch on the western side of Macready Park. And the Eels are just going from strength to strength here, and things, as we said, are only going to get tougher for the Titans as they still have a significant amount of time now with a man down after Carl Lahia was sent to the sin bin for a professional foul only about 60 seconds ago. The Titans will be hoping that Drew Lloyd takes his time with this conversion attempt so he can show up as much time as possible of the Lahia sin bin. It's the 8th try for Parramatta Eels so far today, and Lloyd lining up his 8th conversion attempt and looking to take it to 5 from 8 conversions he's got so far. Sneaks that one inside the right upright, and that'll extend the Eels lead. Parramatta Eels 42, Northern Rivers Titans 0. 12 gone in this second half of this Laurie Daily Cup fixture. Streamed to you courtesy of Bar TV Sports and the major sponsor SLE Australia, as well as the game partner Anytime Fitness in this Laurie Daily Cup Under-18s fixture. Preceding fixture in the Andrew Johns Under-16s saw the Northern Rivers Titans run out comfortable 52-0 winners. And the Titans have got us back underway here, and it's reeled in just inside the touchline by Mazzomo, and he gets the quick play of the ball. And Louis trundles it up. Great defensive effort there. Well, they can't quite get him to ground. Parramatta Eels players all not happy with the tackle there, claiming a shoulder charge by Jordan Towley, and the referee agrees with them. There'll be another penalty to the Eels, and they'll get this ball in prime position inside the attacking 20. Now 15 out, they'll have it. Looks like it'll be Joshua Hay, previous try scorer, taking that tap. And he goes in search of that line again, but he's brought down about 4 metres short by a number of players, including Thomas Vickery. Again, the quick play of the ball. Sees Beetham Mesa trying to get through, but he can't. Spread to Greemo, who gives it to Louis. He's flat-footed, but gets up a bit of a head of steam. Pops the offload out to the right. And a stepping feet you don't often see from a front rower. Tarteo, he's shown us his heels a couple of times, and some magic footwork to get across the stripe. They go back to the middle behind Louis. That's Drew Leonard in possession. Flicks it out, no-look pass. Stewart gives it on. That's Manikafoa, but he's brought down short of the line. He's trying to get free. That's a penalty again. The Parramatta Eels. That's Harrison Bell. Looks like he's given away that penalty. Leonard kicks it back. I'll take the tap back on the 10 now. 10 in from touch. And Parramatta will set for another attacking set here and look to extend their lead towards the 50 mark. Leonard taps it. Gives it off there, Raquete. He's already got a hat-trick to his name. He'd be happy to take a fourth. Leonard at first receiver. Goes out the back. Great offload, and Louis. He's a big boy, but he strolls over untouched. The referee's happy with it. That's his second try of the afternoon. And that extends Parramatta's lead out to 46 points to 0. With a kick to come. Plenty of tries on offer for the Fords today. We've seen Louis get across for a double. We've seen his front row partner, Tateo. He's gone across for a double as well, I believe. And a hat-trick to Desmond Raukete, which it's not often you see so many tries through the Fords, and a couple of them have been longer range efforts, but plenty have been short too for some of the big boys, so they've done quite well. Haven't been handed them, that's for sure, but Parramatta convincing leaders in this game so far, and I certainly wouldn't be backing against them to breach the 50-point margin in the near future, with still 19.5 minutes remaining in this Laurie Daily Cup fixture. Country Rugby League representative football between the Parramatta Eels and the Northern Rivers Titans. And he makes no mistake of that conversion. Extends the lead out to Parramatta Eels 48. Northern Rivers Titans yet to score, with just under 19 minutes remaining in this fixture at Macready Park at Guildford. And yes, there's certainly been an impressive outfit so far, Parramatta. And I'd expect that they'll be continuing to pile on some more points here with the way they're going. And Titans, of course, still only with 12 men on the field after Lolohea was sin-binned a little while ago. And here goes Louis. He winds up the big bopper. He's away. He's broken the line again. He's looking for support. What a cover tackle by Vickery. I thought Louis might have wound up and tried to go all the way himself, but he slowed up to look for cover, look for support, and the cover defence came across there from Thomas Vickery from the Murwillumbah Club. He looks like he might have done himself an injury, though. He's limping away from that contest. But he's done his team a massive favour there as they now have possession. Oh, there's a bit of push and shove, no love lost in this scrum here. Appears to be Edouali Louis and Jordan Tawali having some words. Two big boppers from their respective teams. Neither wanting to take a backward step. And oh no, that's not ideal. Harrison Bell, he's not having the best day as they all rush in here, the Eels. Trying to give him some feedback. He's just not having a great day, poor old Harrison Bell. He's dropped that one cold, no one near him. And the Eels players all letting him know about it a little bit. Probably not the best of sportsmanship, but all in the heat of the contest. And here he is again. Once again, Tawali. He's not taking a backward step, and he's trying to defend his teammate a little. We'll have another scrum here. Parramatta Eels with the ball about 35 out, close to centre field. And they'll be on the attack again. That's an early hit up there by Savanea. They come to this left edge. Oh, strolls through. Look like the Titans defence were trying to play touch there with Joshua Hay, and he gives the ball on his outside to Pasatoa, and the Eels go in again. And they extend their lead out past the 50-point mark. Only 52-0 with a kick to come. Drew Lloyd with a bit more difficult conversion this time around, the attempt. It'll be from about 2.5 metres in from touch on this western side. In the northern corner of Macready Park here at Guildford. But the Eels just running away with this Laurie Daily Cup fixture, Country Rugby League match. Again, brought to you by tournament and match sponsor SLE Australia, and the partner of the broadcast also Anytime Fitness. Obviously the pictures brought to you by Bar TV Sports, They cover sports all across Australia and even across the world. And they're bringing you all the live streams of all of the Laurie Daily and Andrew Johns Cup fixtures. And in a couple of weeks, we'll also have the under-23s and women's country rugby league representative fixtures alongside these as well. So plenty of live stream action for you to tune into if you can't make it down to your local country fixtures. All your fixtures can be found on the CRL New South Wales website. But here at Macready Park at Guildford today, it is the Parramatta Eels leading comfortably in this Laurie Daily Cup fixture. After their under-16s went down in a resounding result against the Northern Rivers Titans in the Andrew Johns Cup. That was 52-0. Right in line with this current score, which is 52-0. The Eels looking to extend it through the boot of their 5'8" here as he lines up this conversion out wide on the left. He's pushed that one across the face, and it will remain 52 points to nil. The Parramatta Eels over the Northern Rivers Titans with just under 15 minutes remaining, so they could yet rack up some more points here in this fixture. And it looks like the sin bin player Carl Olahia has returned to the field, so the Titans back to their full complement. West going with a kick along the ground there. I'm not sure what the thought process was behind that one, but he's handed possession to the Eels. 33 out from their own line. And they're straight away storming forward through their forwards. Good effort in defence there by the Titans. See them just short of their 40. That's Tateo, an early try scorer today. And he'll play it just short of the halfway. Looks like Rakete with the ball. Oh, sorry, no, it was Beethan Misa. As Leonard drops Louis underneath, and he'll play it just short of the attacking 40 on the fifth tackle. Greener set here on the left with the kick, but he gives it. Oh, it's touched, so that'll be 6 more. As Vickery couldn't quite reel in the intercept. That pass was quite telegraphed, and he almost had it. But let's see the Eels. Oh, no. Vickery with a silly penalty. All over the head in front of the touch judge here. And the touch judge will come in. He'll make a report to the referee. I think a penalty will probably be the sufficient punishment here. But again, really silly stuff from the side when you're trailing by 52 points. Silly mistakes, and they just keep coming thick and fast for the Titans. Just wait for the Titans captain to come over, and they'll listen to the touch judge's report. Referee dresses down player Tyrone Vickery, explains to him. I think Vickery knows exactly what he's done wrong, and it'll just further compound things. A new set of tackles for the Parramatta players on the attack here. As Joshua Hay looks to tap it. And he gives it to Mazomo. And he'll play it on tackle 1. 18 out from the line. Greamer gives it to Louis. Louis shuffles across field. Fends off 1. 3 of them converge on him at once. He can't break that tackle. He's holding on to the player, but slowing himself down as they go right here. Drew Lloyd looks to try and get across the line, but he can't quite. He's brought down short. They come back to the left. Louis looked like he's in prime position, but he might have overrun the ability for his front row partner to offload to him. They take it back to the right. There's Lloyd again. He's dancing. Again brought down. About 3.5 short of the attacking line. Referee signals 5th tackle. They go to Greamer. He chips back inside for himself. That was almost a slips catch from the front rower there. He wouldn't look out of place in a slips cordon for sure. Jordan Tawali'i. And he's blowing now. He's got through a bit of work there in the middle. Olahia fresh after his rest in the sin bin. Takes this one forward. Plays it for tackle 2 just outside the 20. And there's that man that gave away that penalty, Vickery. He's tackled for tackle 3. And he returns the favour, it looks like. We've gotten into him, and we've got a penalty here. West not mucking about. He's almost put it up and under. He might have failed to find touch here. He certainly has. Another crucial mistake by the Northern Rivers Titans. As Pasatoa tackled, he plays it. Hay takes it forward, 1 off the ruck. That's tackle 2. They're only 30 out from the line. It's Kyle Leonard scooting. As Savanaia goes into dummy half. Gives it off, they go at the back. Lloyd offloads. So it looks like Rakete. And they set back to the left to come back again. That's Tuakala with the ball now. That's the 5th tackle. Greener in the pocket in behind, but they go to the right. Through Lloyd, he drops back under. And that looks like it might be Sione Manikafoa, who's come in from the right wing to get across the stripe. And Parramatta, they lead 56 points to 0 here at Macready Park at Guildford with a kick to come. Still plenty of time for him to add some more to this scoreboard too. Titans, plenty of hands on hips. The Northern Rivers boys, they're not happy. They're pretty disappointed with their own efforts and looking like they're really running out of energy fast. We'll have a kick to come here, again, most likely from Drew Lloyd. We've got the Parramatta Eels 56. Northern Rivers Titans 0 as the clock ticks down to just less than 10 minutes remaining in this Laurie Daily Cup Under-18s Country Rugby League fixture. Indeed it is that man, Drew Lloyd, lining up for another attempt. His 11th attempt of the day. It's been tries aplenty for the Parramatta side in this game. Their counterparts in the previous under-16s game weren't as fortunate. They went down 52-0 to the Northern Rivers Titans. But they have been scoring at will here in the older age group, the Laurie Daily Cup. Again, this tournament brought to you by SLA Australia and Anytime Fitness in conjunction with the live stream providers Bar TV Sports. As you see on your screens, Drew Lloyd lining up for his 11th attempt at goal today. He didn't start off too well, but he's come back with a blitz. He hasn't missed too many since his early misses. I put the mockers on him there, and he's pushed that one across the face. That leaves the score still at 56 points to 0. Parramatta Eels leading the Northern Rivers Titans. That man, Drew Lloyd. As I said, he's had 11 attempts at goal today. He's now 6 from 11, so just over 50% strike rate. I'd certainly think he might get another chance to improve that rate yet in this game with 8.5 minutes remaining. And Lachlan West of the Northern Rivers Titans shaping to kick off again here. Goes to the short kick off. Can he dive on it and regain it? Well, he can't quite. Almost a clash there, but a few hands of exasperation raised from some players on the edges as they don't think that was communicated to them that that's what was going to happen. But the Eels again in prime position here as they approach halfway. Just short of halfway on tackle 2. And it looks like that was Harrison Bell with that boot throw there. But they've managed to turn the ball over here, Parramatta, and Titans go on the attack. I know you get the ball, tackle 1. Just short of halfway. A great run by Ethan Forster. They go to the left here. Send it up again. Forster running. It's a big tackle. Quite strong contact from the Parramatta defence. Here's the workhorse of the day for the Titans side, Liam Robinson. Love to see his tackle count. Come back to his right edge. That's gone backwards. No, the referee's called that it's a knock on. He's got the tip from his touch judge. Probably would have given the benefit of the doubt to the Titans there, but again, they turn the ball over in the early to mid stages of the tackle count, and you just can't keep doing that up against a side like this Parramatta team. They will make you pay, and they have done repeatedly today. As that scoreboard shows, the Parramatta Eels lead this Laurie Daily Cup fixture 56 points to 0 over the Northern Rivers Titans. Parramatta a little bit reluctant to pack this scrum. Here we go. We've got 4, 5, 6. There we go. Got a full complement now. Finally got in there. Be Greener to feed this one. Lock picks it up, distributes it out to the fullback Stewart. He's quite a nugget. He's not the traditional taller, lanky fullback that you might see in a lot of these junior representative fixtures. Continue to roll on. Manikafoa filling in at dummy half here. He's sniffing about. As Leonard's down in back play. As they swing it to the left. Grima, the short ball. That's a great ball. Great hole run there. Mazomo, he's broken a couple of tackles. Breaks another, but I don't know if he can get back up here in time. No, he can't. He's held there, just short of the line. I'm going to play down. Writhing in back play. He's not in a good way. I'm trying to identify who that is from the Titans. That's just compounding things for them. It just hasn't been their day in this Laurie Daily Cup fixture, the under-18s. Scrambling defence there was enough to reel in the Eels player, but it's a phenomenal run by Oscar Mazomo. I just can't quite get a number on this player. See if we can identify who it is for you at home. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this Laurie Daily Cup fixture. Under-18s representative football from Country Rugby League. Parramatta Eels leading the Northern Rivers Titans 56 points to 0. Bit of conversation here. It looks like Liam Robinson's left his boot about 80 metres downfield. I'm not sure if that's thrown away by someone else, but good bit of sportsmanship there by Edlawali Louis. Going to grab it for him. Well, there's a bit of a break in play. Save him having to run all the way back down the field. Not all playing for sheep stations here, which is great. A bit of sportsmanship. And it looks like that player's Lachlan West. He's back to his feet now, but be surprised if they risk him if he's carrying a knock now. He hobbles off. No one's come to the sideline. So, he's jumping back in. He might be a bit of a liability in defence. He looks like he can barely walk, let alone run, but Mazomo, after that great run, plays it. Hay goes to Grima. Grima to Tateo, and he tucks it under his arm and takes it into contact, and that's tackle 5. Nuruddin at dummy half. Lloyd gives it short. And Titans defence, that might be the first time they've actually repelled the Parramatta side inside their red zone. So it looks like the hooker Kyle Leonard's gone off and he's been replaced by Bailey Nuruddin for the Parramatta Eels side. Now the Titans have their work cut out trying to trundle it out from 5 metres out from their own goal line. Here's that man again, Robinson, rolling up the sleeves, trundling forward. He's got through a lot of work today in a valiant effort for a side that hasn't really managed to trouble too much. And again, the Titans inside their own, well, just outside their own 20, but they throw that miracle speculator pass and it can't be reeled in by the winger. The touch judge would have done it well to reel that one in actually. And again, they turn over the ball in prime attacking position to this Parramatta Eels side. Just over 3.5 minutes remaining according to the clock here at Macready Park. The home of the Guildford Eels, and Parramatta the home side here today against the Northern Rivers Titans. And yeah, we had a pretty strong crowd early on, but it's dwindled a little bit now as we get down to the back end of what's the second of these two fixtures, both games being runaways. The first one to the Northern Rivers and now this one to Parramatta. They lead 56-0, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them extend that lead here as they go on the attack again. And they're brought down just short, just inside the 20-metre line. And Louis with the little tip on. The offload goes out to Stewart. Can't quite be reeled in. It's gone backwards. It looks like Rakate with the ball again. He's got a hat-trick to his name today. And Nuruddin at dummy half. Gives it on. Oh, just shrugging them off. That's a barnstorming run. He pops it off to the halfback, Grima, and he'll stroll over untouched. Peter Tateo could have gone in for his own hat-trick there, I think, if he had it decided, but he had 3 options on the outside. He chose Grima, gives it off, and Grima strolls over for the 12th try for the Parramatta Eels side. That brings up to 60. And they'll have an opportunity here with a kick to come to extend that lead to 62. Drew Lloyd again picks up the ball and he'll have another shot. At a conversion to extend the Parramatta lead as the clock ticks down to 2 minutes here at Guildford in this Laurie Daily Cup fixture. The Eels, they'll be getting another set of possession here, maybe the last. So I wouldn't think the Northern Rivers Titans will be too enthusiastic to sprint back for this next kickoff as the clock winds down here at Macready Park. And even Drew Lloyd, he's taking his time doing up a shoelace before he sets for this conversion attempt from about 7 metres in from the western touchline here. He hasn't had a shock of a day with the boot, but he certainly hasn't had the best. This will be his 12th attempt. He's 6 from 11 so far today, so strike rate of about 55%. He'll be hoping to knock that up into the higher 50s rather than dropping back to 50% here, but it's certainly not an easy conversion attempt based on his current strike rate. Clock will be down well under 60 seconds by the time he takes his kick, so we may not get any more action, although the Eels are set, ready to go. They'll be ready to return this kickoff, but I would suggest the Titans boys will be slowing things up as much as they can. This Eels side's certainly been clinical today. They've taken the most of their opportunities. A couple of early errors. Well, they might have kept the Titans in the game, but the Titans haven't been able to capitalise. A lot of sloppy mistakes and speculative things inside their own 20 and 30 metre line has handed the Eels a number of sets of prime possession. And the Eels have capitalised nearly every time. As Lloyd goes in, he hits that one. Looks like it was on line, but it swings to the left, and that keeps the score at 60 points to nil. Drew Lloyd with 6 from 12 conversion attempts. And surprisingly, the Titans jogging back down here. Might be the enthusiasm of Cooper Manny with his first opportunity to kick off here. And we'll probably only have the one tackle as Pasatoa returns it with not much enthusiasm. He just surrenders. That'll be all we wrote here at Macready Park in Guildford as the referee calls full time. Parramatta Eels run out. Comfortable victors in this one, 60 points to nil. Again, a big thanks to the sponsors that have brought you the coverage today in these Country Rugby League fixtures. SLE Australia and Anytime Fitness. It's been a good day of football here, but 2 comfortable wins. First in the Andrew Johns Cup to the Northern Rivers Titans, 52-0. And then this fixture, 60 points to nil to a clinical Parramatta Eels outfit over the Northern Rivers Titans. Again, thanks to Bar TV Sports for the live stream. I'm Chris McPherson. This has been the Andrew Johns and Laurie Daily Country Rugby League fixtures live from Macready Park at Guildford. Thanks for tuning in.